Coach, sorry I'm a little bit late. During the week, I don't know that I downplayed it, but I certainly didn't recognize it and felt it and knew it from the moment that I've gotten here. Tonight, obviously, was for our players, but it's for our former players. It's for our donors. It's for our fans. I know how much this has meant to the people of Tennessee and Ball Nation, and so excited that we were coming out with a win for everybody involved. It was a great night, and man, just I think it just speaks to the mentality, the growth, and the progress of the individuals inside of our locker room and collectively as a team. It speaks to our coaching staff, Coach Golish, Coach Banks, Coach Eckler, our coordinators, and every assistant coach, our young coaches too. Just the growth inside of our program from the time that we've gotten here, the ability to be resilient. It wasn't pretty in the second half. There's a lot of things that we didn't do at the level that we're capable of, but our kids continue to reset and go play and believe and ultimately find a way when it takes zero to be on the right side of the scoreboard. So really proud of them and excited to be able to celebrate with everybody tonight. I'll open it up for questions.
Austin, Adam, then Dennis.
You went to Kentucky at the end of the first half last year, last week against LSU at the end of the first half, then right there at the end of the game. You all had success in that 20 or 30 second kind of, getting down the field in a hurry and getting points. Take me through that, and then the scene after the game on the field in the locker room. Can you describe it?
The ability to finish a half or a game the way that we did offensively today, and the games that you were speaking about, it starts with your quarterback and being able to be decisive to take care of the ball. You have to have trust in them. 5 guys up front doing a phenomenal job protecting tonight. That defensive line is as good as anybody in the country, and then guys out on the perimeter making plays. Ramel Keaton, huge catch. Brew setting it up. How about Chase McGrath? Obviously in the middle part of the football game, one that he wants to have back. I went over and talked to him on the bench, and he gave me the look like, get away from me, I'm good, you don't need to talk to me. You know what I mean? He's a competitor, and for him to go out and finish it tonight the way, it's just, it's fitting. So really proud of that. The scene after the game, our administration had a plan, and we're going to try to make sure that our team was safe, our staff was safe. Man, what an unbelievable scene, though. As that thing ends, and shoot, I'm running out in the middle of the field, but you can see the swarm of orange coming down. The orange out was phenomenal tonight, but God, the energy from our fans, man. Student body, our entire stadium, it was electric, man. Ball walk is always the most unique thing in college sports, in my opinion. Until you experience it, it's just words, but it truly is. Tonight's ball walk is unlike anything I could ever imagine. The sea, when I turned left with my kids, was, so deep, and man, what an awesome night for Ball Nation.
People watching him tonight want to know if he was up to the hype that they had heard. He had career high 5 touchdown passes, the biggest game of his life. What do you think their takeaway of him should be?
Man, guys playing at an unbelievable level. Smart, tough, competitive, decisive, accurate with the football, short, medium, deep. Guy who controlled the game for us and used his feet when he had to. He's the key to the ignition that makes us go, man.
Josh,
Yes.
you've probably been in games like this before, but not this much at stake. Could you just describe the hang-on factor as a head coach and the staff, just with everything around going crazy?
Yeah, I do. I think our program, our players, our coaches are calm in the storm, and we talk a lot about it. We talked about it this week in 60 minutes. Doesn't matter what it looks like, beginning, middle, and end, and in late third, early fourth, man, it didn't look good, but our guys just continue to reset. And the greatest thing that I can say is when they're coming off the field after something doesn't go right, man, they've already reset. And that's true of the offense after the fumble. Defensively, they give up a score. like they're ready to go compete the next time, and that speaks to the culture in the program. It speaks to our coaching staff. You know, I mentioned our coordinators. Our entire coaching staff does a phenomenal job. Speaks to the leadership too, and Hendon's a big part of that too.
Ross, then Blake.
Josh, we saw some pictures from the locker room. How was the cigar?
I smoked it slow, but it was dang good. All right, it was a great night, man. So much fun. I mean, from former players to, you know, our current players, guys that just finished a year ago that are a huge part of this culture and what this program has been able to do this year. But just that trajectory from last year, and man, it was a great night.
Blake.
Josh, 2 questions. One, do you remember your last cigar before tonight? And then 2,
I'm going to say no on that.
Okay. Was it your first one?
Mm.
Also, I understand that one game at a time approach in college football, but after this result, will you take a moment to talk with your team about big picture, what this result could unlock?
Big picture, this means that we are the best team on the field this game, and that is our goal every single week. There's so many uncontrollables. Control what we can control. It doesn't change from week to week, and this journey is just beginning, right? Good teams get better throughout the course of the season. You know, I mean, we're halfway, right, of the regular season, so we're just beginning. You know, we got guys that got to get back healthy. We got to continue to improve in all areas. You guys, you know, saw there's a lot of things starting with me to our players that we can be better at, and we're glad to get this one, but this is just this one. Enjoy it today. Tomorrow our staff will flip the switch and start correcting things at 10 o'clock in the morning, and our players will flip the switch on Monday. But everybody should enjoy it tonight.
Joe, Ben, and Patrick.
Yeah, Josh, just in terms of great games you've been involved in as a player or coach, with the ups and downs and the great plays on both sides, where would this rank?
This is a great one. It's special. You know, obviously the opponent, the way it transpired, you know, back and forth and being on the wrong side of it for most of the fourth quarter, and then guys resetting and finishing it the right way. You know, special for Chase to finish it the way he did, and obviously the 2 big completions too.
Josh, there's a lot of talk Florida week, a lot of talk LSU week outside of the building, just with the magnitude of the games, and obviously this week as well. Why do you think this group in particular has been able to handle all the outside noise and not really let it affect their preparation and the play on the field?
I think we have good leadership within our locker room. It starts there. You know, coaches aren't a whole lot different year to year. Leadership inside of it, accountability. You know, I think that's a huge part of it. We got special leaders on both sides of the football. I think that's a big place of where it starts. This group, just, you know, continues to believe, and they've been smart enough and mature enough to be able to be real and understand what the video looks like and continue to improve. Their practice habits are one of the reasons that I do love this team. Like, they enjoy being out on the grass together and competing and getting better during the course of the week.
Troy, then Ivan.
Coach, with Jalen Hyatt, 5 touchdowns, is this sort of the role you envision for him, being able to
I don't know if you ever plan on that, you know, right?
I mean, just big picture of the whole season, the way he's played, and tonight too.
Man, I think that's just one of the great stories. A year ago, you guys all know he wanted to be a great player. You've heard me say it. He's worked to be a great player this year. Preparation meets opportunity. You're ready to go smash it. Tonight he had opportunities, and he played really good football, man. Really special what he did tonight, and obviously Hendon being a huge part of that too.
Josh, was there something on film that y'all felt Jalen could take advantage of in the secondary, or is he simply as a good player and making plays?
Good player making plays. You know, we're good structurally, and obviously have good personnel too.
Ivan?
Josh, I know you obviously have heard a lot for 2 years about Alabama. Was there something you saw tonight during the game or post game that really made you understand you didn't know it at all?
To be honest, I probably got a better sense of it last year, walking off the field, seeing the smoke in the stands, and understanding the magnitude a little bit. This is one of the games. It was the first game that I heard about when I got here. I think you talk to different generations of Tennessee fans, and you might get who the biggest opponent is. I think that's one of the unique things being here. Alabama is certainly one of the ones that is circled every single year by our fan base. So our players and our staff understand that. Knew that going into the week. One of the things that I did like about this team is like during the course of the week, it was still about business and the right mentality and approach. And there was an expectation tonight that we would play and find a way to be +1.
Brent, then Reese in the back.
Josh, over here.
Yep.
Last 2 games, you rushed for nearly 500 yards, giving up 1 sack. What is it about this offensive line that has put it together the way you have the last 8 quarters to be the more physical team on the field?
Yeah, it starts with Coach Ellerby. Does a phenomenal job with those guys. They've continued to grow together. Fundamentally, they've gotten better. Communication, we've been fortunate that we've been able to, have guys play at their position. Our left tackles changed back and forth a little bit, but we've had some consistency. And so, they've continued to get better at pass and twist games off in pass pro, being better in combinations, run game. Our running backs continue to get better too, delivering blocks, pressing line of scrimmage, and making good reads and cuts. And so it's all of it together. But obviously the offensive line, is where it starts for us. We got to be able to run the football. We're able to do that tonight at times.
After the game, Tyler Barron saw you out, hugged you. Where does that hug rank, and what does it mean that a player come out, and what does it say about your players and how much they love you?
No one hug from a player means more than another hug, right? I don't want to get in trouble. Let's make sure I put that out there. Tyler, just just a unique path and story, right? And his ability to gain trust in us as a staff, myself, and our defensive line coaches are, Coach Banks, and continuing to grow up as a player and as a man. His best football's still out in front of him, but it's a great testament to him and his growth as a player and as a person. Just proud of him, man. And there were a lot of great moments tonight. You get a chance to enjoy the success of tonight and appreciate each other. It was a lot of fun.
Wes, then back to Austin.
Josh, when did you know that you weren't going to have McCullough and Haddon tonight, and got a couple guys go down. William Wright's in there at the end of the game.
Yeah.
A walk-on, how tough was it at DB at times tonight?
Well, it was just obviously there are a lot of moving pieces and guys moving from up front to back, corners rotating, guys not being available. Kamal was ultimately a game time decision, and so other guys had some preparation late in the week to be ready for it, just unique scenario here where we had to play a bunch of guys, and thought they all stepped in and were ready to go compete and be an opportunity to learn and get better from it.
You talked about the look that Chase gave you after the extra point.
Yeah.
What about post-game?
Yeah, great hug. Super excited. Got a chance to see his family too. What a great moment for him, And as a specialist, sometimes you don't get a ton of opportunities. He got a chance to take advantage of it tonight. Really special. Just to, his journey, how he got here. One of the first guys that our staff recruited, overcoming obstacles, injuries, and has done a phenomenal job for us.
Last one, Rob, and we have players right outside.
Coach, just can you put into words what a win like this can mean to this program, considering where it was when you got here?
Yeah, you can look on Cumberland and see the excitement and what it means to our fan base. You can, for us as a team this year, this is it's just the beginning. We're in the middle stages of it. There's a lot left out there, and we got to continue to improve. At the same time, it has a chance to continue to build, focus, urgency, belief, preparation. If we handle it the right way, for our program, I think it just continues to elevate. And Rocky Top special. That's why I wanted to be here. the fan base, the game day environment, the pageantry here in Knoxville. This is college football as absolutely as good as it gets anywhere in the country. And to be able to showcase it to recruits, for it to be on the national stage, we're just in the beginning stages of this thing. And I think you can't imagine a more exciting time to be a part of something, and as we continue to build this program.
All right, thank you, Coach. We'll have
Thank you,
players-
guys.